Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shelly and I am a scrapbooker. And today I am going to scrapbook some pictures of my nephew Flynn last Christmas. It was his first Christmas, I believe. I had so many of Flynn that I decided to do a little layout just for him about his first Christmas. So that's what these are. I'm going to do 2 pages. So these two are going to be on this page. And then I have some of him. This one has got my mom in it. And then I have two, one that has my grown niece and then my sister-in-law holding or playing with Flynn. Again, like before, I didn't ask them if they told me they could put their children in my YouTube videos if I wanted. I asked and they said yes, because they're awesome. But I didn't ask if they wanted to be in the video. So I'm not going to put them in here without their permission. So I am going to use two photo placeholders for them temporarily. I'm going to use Santa's Workshop collection. Now this one was a spend and get. Is that what it's called? Spend and earn. If you spend a certain amount of money, then you could choose between three collections for free. And so I needed to place an order anyway, so I placed my order and I got my Christmas stuff. And then for free, I got the Santa's Workshop collection. And it's just a smaller bundle, but it came with this paper collection. It came with some sticker sheets. It came with these laser cut embellishments, which they're all laser cut. They're not regular die cuts, so they're all cut out so precisely. I really like them. And then it came with this punch. This called Christmas Train, and it is a decorative border punch, which I will be using on today's layout. Now, I try to at least figure out what I'm going to do before I start making these videos because I have learned from experience, just of me scrapbooking in general and of me trying to record myself scrapbooking, that I am a very I talk slow and I scrapbook slow. And so I end up with this 4 hour ridiculous video if I don't at least have some idea of what I'm trying to do before I get started. And while I was making those initial decisions for this layout, I got started experimenting again. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know that this is pattern for me, especially when it comes to the decorative border punches. I cannot leave them alone. So I end up uh, coloring them with my Copic markers. That's what I did with this one. Or I blend them with my blending brushes. I don't know. Usually it ends up making a lot more work for me, but I like how it turns out. So it is what it is. But I did the same thing with this uh, project. I wanted to use the Santa's Workshop collection. I like the colors. I think that they're fun. And I liked these, which papers, but they're obviously very busy. And so I was fooling around, how am I going to be able to use them? Let me move my focus here. And I think I came up with a reasonable plan. I probably will get some of it out. Not sure how much yet, but I wanted to do, see here, these two photos over here. And then because I have so many photos, we're going to do again the grid. I know I do a grid a lot, but it works. So these are my two photo placeholders, and then I have Lynn playing. with some of the toys that he got for Christmas and then sitting on my mom's lap. And I wanted to use my initial plan was to, map these photos and then use the train border punch along the bottom. And I cut out a couple of different varieties, trying to figure out which ones to use. I cut it out in black and green and red. Um, here's my one of my red experimentations. And this is something that you could do because it is just the train over and over and over again. And if you didn't want the train over and over again, you could cut out your border. Because see, it has a little track. See if you can see it there. It has a little track on the bottom. You could cut out your border and then snip all the other ones off and just leave a train like in this position right here as if it's making its way across the track and just leave the bottom of the track. You could do that. I haven't tried that yet, but it's on my radar. I experimented with doing the Copic coloring again, different color combinations. What was hardest for me is that I wanted to color the cars, but I didn't want to mess up the tires, or they're not tires on a train, the wheels. And so I ended up with a multi-piece crane. Let's see here. Where I used is actually the base piece is actually a green piece, and then I cut a red piece, and then cut snipped these pieces off like this. This is an extra one here, and colored the wheels with my black Copic marker. I had to be careful, try and get those circles at the top to be round like they're supposed to be. And then I snipped off the trees from the red ones so that the green trees would show through. And then um, my black Copic marker color and my black paper color were not the same. So on the green, I just colored the track black as well. So this is two pieces and some Copic markers to or alcohol markers to make this multicolor border that we've got going on here. But this is basically what it is, and I laid it over the green ones and just lined it up like that. And so my tree sticks out and it's its own color. I will probably do some kind of gold something on the little stars. But I yeah, whenever I was experimenting, I went ahead and attached it to this piece of paper. So that is what I'm going to use on this side as my photo mat is this piece of crimson cardstock, which is one of there's cranberry. It is one of the colors that goes along with this collection. Creative Memories always tells you here are the coordinating colors that you can use with this collection. So I think for this side, I'm going to use this piece in the middle and then Glenn playing with his toys, my mom, my sister-in-law, and my niece. And then here I'm going to use something like a 3x4 card, a journaling card, as a base for an embellishment cluster. So that is the plan for this page. And then on this page, I don't want to do the red again. I'm thinking I don't really want to do yellow. I think I might want to do green. Let's see what I have this green, which does match really nicely. I have this, yeah, I like this, but I don't like it with the red. So I think that I do like the green, probably smaller than this. Some mats. Some mats for these photos. And then this, I can use my mat stack from the Magic of Christmas. I have this mat stack. And that might work. Yes, I do like that. Do I have another? There's one back there. Let's see what we have in the meantime. I do like that. Hmm, maybe I can use one of these or this. We'll see, because that would match, would bring this gold color over here. So maybe I'll do that. I don't like that. I'm just going to stick it over here for right now, holding its place. All right. So I need to decide how big I want this green piece of paper to be, because I know I don't want it to be that big. I don't think I do. Probably do it the same as this cranberry square over here. That might look nice. Maybe some kind of a border or something. I don't think I want more of the train over here. There's these laser cut embellishments that come with this collection that say things like Candy Cane Crew. That's cute. Daily Elf Report. That wouldn't work on that color, obviously. You have to put it on something lighter. Tinsel Technician. Toys, toys, toys. That's cute. And it has the little train that matches. Mm, Maybe, maybe I can use it somewhere over here. That one's cute. Santa's Little Helper. Maybe those two can be used. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll hold them out. We'll put these back in the little package. So I need to decide how big I want this piece of paper to be, and then if I want something else to go with it. What about that yellow piece of paper we were talking about earlier? Might look nice. There's no yellow over here. What if we try a red? Then that can kind of tie the red from that page over onto this page, maybe at the top and at the bottom. So this is 8 3/4 inches. So let's go ahead and cut this one to 8 3/4 inches as well. So then my photos, I can bring my photos back. Do I need to make my mats a little small? And then I can do Flynn's First Christmas right here. I think that this is going to be the plan. So let me pause the camera and stick some things down, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have attached this red piece with the train and my photos. They have been attached to this red piece. So this side is ready to go. This piece is just floating here. The green with the red tucked underneath has been attached. And then these photos, I did mat them. I did trim the mats down a little bit. And they are attached to the mats. They're just not attached to the page yet because I have to figure out where I'm going to put my title over here. Now, for my title, I decided that I wanted to use this mini alphabet die set that I've been using it a lot in that in my Smoky Mountains album, and I like it because it cuts everything in one go. I cut these in red, and I did have to cut one more letter, one more S for my title because I wanted my title to be Flynn's First Christmas, but I want to use the little train, the little green train that I was talking about. So if I put Flynn's First Christmas, it's going to take up all of the space. So I thought, well, I will use a number. I knew that I had some birthday numbers from a die set. This is a Spellbinders die set, and it has the numbers, and then it has like first, so it has the ST or the TH. Um, and stuff for these numbers. So I took the 1 and the ST and I cut first. And then what that is allowing me to do is put Flynn's First Christmas and this little train, which I have doctored. I cut the little bunny off, but now he matches, this train over here a little bit better. And he fits on the piece that I've decided I want to use for my title. And what I did for that was I knew I wanted something that was about the same width, but I didn't like this green on green here. I wanted something behind it. So I'm like, well, I'll put some white because all of my photos are matted in white. So maybe I'll make a white base. So I went to my card dies and I found this die set, and this makes it was a card kit of the month from Spellbinders from July of 2021. It makes uh, mini slimline cards and an envelope. And so, well, it doesn't make the card, but it makes panels for the front of the card, and then you can make your own envelope. So that's what I pulled out because I thought that the shape options would be the best because it alternates in two different shapes. One with these, I don't know if you can see them, they're like a little dot and a dash. And then this one has a little like scalloped border. And so I was like, I could put that there, put my title on it, or this one. And I've decided that I think I like this smaller one better. So I'm either going to put it here or here. I think I like it on the bottom. Then I can do a little bit of embellishing there and then some embellishing here. So we'll have here, 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 and we'll have our little visual triangle going on. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I have cut my letters and my little white base. These are not attached. They're just balanced on here. And then I think I'm going to put this little guy here. And then I'll have my title, Flynn's First Christmas, my little quirky train. And then I got to figure out, a way to do my journaling and put something else here. So I'm going to need some more embellishments, but I don't yet know what they are. But I think that this is where I am for now. So I need to look and see if we have some more embellishments that can go in these spots. I wish I had this same scallop piece, but I do have it smaller, but because of the shape of the card, it's not wide enough. It's narrow. Because I could cut a little piece there and do my journaling on top of it, but I don't think that's going to work out. the way that I would like for it to. So let me look through I'm going to pull out my Magic of Christmas embellishments because they kind of coordinate. And then my sticker sheet, there's stickers from the Santa's workshop. I've already gone through those embellishments. And then I have my little bucket of embellishments that I've been using for for these Christmas pages that I've been working on. So let's see if I have anything in here that I really like. If I do Santa's Little Helper, then I do think that I want to put a Santa over there. Oh, but there's an elf here that could be Santa's Little Helper too. Like one of these guys could go there because they're also Santa's helper. There's that train again, isn't it cute? All right, so what do I want up here? I like how different these reds are from each other, so I might make my own tags. Let's see here. I have this guy. I definitely think that I'll use this. And then I have another scrap of this paper here. So I can coordinate. Although I don't know if I want to tuck that under there. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just going to make one for now. This is an old Stampin' Up! Punch that just makes a little tag, and I use it all the time. I'm not going to use both Santas, so if I use Santa over there, then I'm not going to use this Santa probably. But I could use one of those little elves. Maybe this one. That's cute. Okay. But I need to decide if I'm going to do like a little piece here. So let's measure. Better. Okay, that will work. And then I'm going to put him right here. Probably should not do this. Feels like a bad idea to permanently stick this down when all my decisions haven't been made, but I just live recklessly. Let's attach these. Let's attach these. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. Try to glue that down. I'll do that in a minute. For these, let's finish off the tags. Use my crocodile. Okay, I have added my eyelets, added my twine. Let's see, which ones of these do we want to use? like that, I think. So let's cut these guys short. I'm going to use my repositionable tape runner. Okay. Like that. I'm going to put Santa down. All right. My twine. This is that twine that I said I got from Michael's. All right. So I'm going to pause the camera and glue these down really quickly. Okay, I have glued down the title and these two pieces. I did leave that straight. I was toying with the idea of making it a little wonky, but I did not do that. Um, I think I want to add this present right under here. I'll just like tuck it under there. I have these stars here that I got out of my die cut bin. And I think I want to put them one here. And then I need some kind of sparkly something for the tip of that Christmas tree. I'll turn this page so I can see it better. And then maybe I'll use these guys. Santa's helper. A little journaling is going to go here. 3 stars over here. Oops, those are not glued down. Let's glue them down. This glue that I'm using is Barely Arts glue. It is not the Nuvo glue. This is just the bottle. I've lost my glue. Don't know how you lose your glue, but somehow I have managed to do just that. All right. What do we think? Do we think it's done? Everything's attached. I like it. I'm going to swap out my pictures, obviously. Do my journaling. Got a little bit of sparkle. Got to use my train punch. Flynn's first Christmas. I think we're done. This is again using the Santa's Workshop. It was one of the Spend and Get um, collections that Creative Memories offered a few weeks back. All of those collections sold out's not really the right word because they were all like free gifts. But that I think they said was like their biggest sales day ever. And so, they went super fast. This is the one that they had 3 that were super cute, but this is the one that I thought I liked the best, and it kind of coordinated with the collection that I already bought, the Magic of Christmas, and that always is helpful. So yeah, I think that we're done. Thank you so much for watching this video and sticking all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. If you did like this video, if you would give it a thumbs up, that really, really helps out, especially since I am a new YouTuber and can use all of the help that I can get. If you um, see anything on this channel or anywhere else that you would like to buy from Creative Memories and you do not already have an advisor, I'd love it if you would shop through me. There will be a link to my shop down in the description box below. And Again, thank you so much for sticking with me. I will see you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye bye.